My beloved brothers and sisters, today, according to the holy words in the book of Psalm 77 verse 14, you are the God who performs miracles, you display your power among the peoples. We embark on a journey both solemn and extraordinary. This is not just history, this is the thundering echo of heaven breaking into the streets of Rome. And yet, as you listen to these words, I must warn you, the events I will share are not for the faint of heart. Some will make you rejoice until your soul feels lighter than the clouds that hover over St. Peter's Basilica. Others will send chills down your spine, like the sound of a church bell ringing alone at midnight when no wind blows. Before we walk into this sacred yet unsettling chronicle, take a moment. Imagine yourself standing in the heart of the eternal city. The air is thick with incense, the cobblestones still warm from the August sun, and the bells, oh, the bells! They are tolling for the feast of the Assumption, the day when Mary, the Mother of God, was taken into heaven, body and soul. But what happened this particular first of Assumption in Rome was beyond the ordinary. Welcome to Matters in Rome. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notifications bell for more videos. Now, let us step into this story together, and I urge you, keep your eyes open, for you will not want to miss what happened next. The first miracle, the snow that fell from a summer sky. The first sign came like a whisper from heaven. Rome in August is no stranger to heat, so hot you could almost hear the marble statues sighing under the sun. Yet, that morning, as the faithful gathered in prayer, the air shifted. A single flake drifted down, white against the deep blue sky. And then another. Within moments, the piazza outside Santa Maria Maggiore was covered in a thin, heavenly veil of snow. The people gasped, some wept, some laughed nervously, unsure if they were dreaming. An old woman clutching her rosary murmured, "The Virgin is showing us her purity." Others, more fearful, whispered, "Is this the end of days?" The snow melted quickly, but its message remained, etched into the memory of all who saw it, a reminder that heaven's climate does not bow to earth's seasons. The second miracle, the bell that rang without hands. Later that day, as Vespers began, the great bronze bell of St. Peter's Basilica tolled, yet no one was in the belfry. The sound rolled across the city like a voice calling from the clouds. A young altar boy, pale and trembling, claimed he saw a figure dressed in radiant white pulling the rope, though when the sacristan rushed up the stairs, the belfry was empty. Some said it was an angel calling the faithful to attention. Others, with uneasy eyes, wondered aloud if the sound was a warning. The third miracle, the candle that burned without wax. In the dim light of the church, one candle burned brighter than all the others. It stood before an icon of the Virgin Mary, and though hours passed, its wax did not melt. Pilgrims gathered, whispering prayers, while a few skeptics tried to explain it away. But when a man reached out to touch the flame, expecting to prove it false, he pulled back in pain, yet no soot marked his fingers. The priests declared it a sign that Mary's presence, like the flame, could never be extinguished. And yet, in the crowd, a man with dark eyes muttered something in Latin and vanished before anyone could ask his name. The fourth miracle, the silent procession. At midnight, the faithful walked in procession through the streets. The candles flickered, the prayers murmured, and then, suddenly, silence fell. Not the quiet of reverence, but a silence so heavy it felt alive. Every footstep on the cobblestones seemed muffled, every candle flame frozen in place. Even the fountains of Rome's piazzas seemed to stop flowing for a heartbeat too long. And then, as quickly as it came, the sound returned. But those present swore they heard, for a moment, the faint strains of celestial music above them, like the echo of harps far away. The fifth miracle, the healing of the child. In the crowd that day was a mother carrying her sick child, pale as ivory, burning with fever. The doctors had given up hope. She placed the child before the statue of the Virgin and wept, her sobs shaking the candlelight. Witnesses say the statue's eyes seemed to glisten, and a drop of water, or was it a tear, fell from its cheek onto the child's forehead. Within hours, the fever broke. By dawn, the child was sitting up, laughing, and asking for bread. The mother's cry of joy rang through the basilica, and even the most skeptical Romans found themselves kneeling. The sixth miracle, the shadow that bowed. Perhaps the most unsettling of all, in the late afternoon, as the sun lowered over the city, the shadow of the Virgin's statue stretched across the piazza. But instead of following the laws of light, the shadow bent, turned, and lowered itself, as if bowing before the altar. The crowd gasped. Some fell to their knees, others fled in fear. A priest standing nearby whispered, "Even the image knows to worship the Lord." Yet a few said they saw another shadow behind it, taller, darker, and gone before they could be sure. Closing reflections. My beloved brothers and sisters, these 6 miracles are not merely stories of the past. They are living reminders that heaven does not always knock politely, sometimes it bursts the doors open. But let me ask you, if you had been there that day, what would you have done? Would you have fallen on your knees in awe? Or would you have turned away, afraid of what such signs might demand from your life? Because the truth is, miracles are not only gifts, they are summons. When God parts the veil, it is not for spectacle, but for transformation. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Please like, share, and subscribe for more. And remember, in every miracle, there is a question waiting for your answer.